Last week, we looked at how Hitler didn't actually use force to become the leader of Germany, and instead he was able to do so politically by appealing to the German people and manipulating policies a little bit in his favour. However, despite winning elections, nearly 17 million people in Germany had not voted for Hitler and the Nazi Party. Hitler knew that this group of people were likely to be a constant thorn and cause him problems unless they were dealt with. So this week, we're going to look at how Hitler dealt with these people to make sure that they went along with Nazi policies and didn't try to fight against him. So why was there little opposition to Hitler? Well, he used three main tactics: propaganda, terror, and social and economic policies. We are going to first take a look at the types of propaganda that Hitler used in order to persuade people that the Nazis were the party for them and not to fight back against the Nazis. So Hitler put Dr. Joseph Goebbels in charge of propaganda. His job was to create propaganda to convince people they liked living under Nazi dictatorship. Hitler understood that for propaganda to be effective, it had to be simple and easily remembered. So these are some of the methods that the Nazi Party used. Method number 1 is mass rallies. Now, hundreds of thousands of people would attend annual rallies in the city of Nuremberg. The rallies allowed the Nazi Party to show off their athletic strength and military power. Hitler would give powerful speeches every year, sending the crowds into a frenzy. Method number 2 is that newspapers were censored. Newspapers in Germany were only allowed to print things which were pro-Nazi party, so everything the people read was only good things about the Nazis. They never got to see anyone else's side of things or anything bad about the Nazis. Method 3 was radios were sold cheap. Home radios were sold very cheaply so that everybody could have one in their home. However, their broadcasts were controlled, and many radios would only receive Nazi radio stations, so the only things that came across the radio was pro-Nazi content. Method 4 is pro-Nazi films. So the Nazi Party would make films which glorified war and also put anti-Semitic views across towards Jewish people. These would either be full-length films on their own or small snippets of films which would be played before other films in cinemas. So if you went to the cinema, you couldn't not see a pro-Nazi piece of propaganda. And finally, method 5 is loudspeakers. The Nazi Party placed large loudspeakers all throughout Germany, which meant if you weren't at home to hear a broadcast across the radio, then you could hear it in the street, and you were expected to stop and listen to these broadcasts whenever they were happening.